Alright guys and girls, welcome back to another quick video of mine. I'm going to try to do this one a bit quick, not too long, but I'll see how long this takes. Anyway, so we all know the Xbox One X is supposed to be coming out around about November. They're trying to do it for about November the 7th, I believe, 2017. Now, the equivalent to the Xbox One, which is going to be around about, I'd say, 450 to 500 quid. So something around about that, 499 or something. I think it's $500 or something. So that's, I'd say about 450 in Great British pounds. And I don't think that's added with tax and stuff on it, so I'm not too sure. So it's going to be around about, say, 500, maybe less. Probably 450 or something like that. Anyway, so basically the Xbox One X, which is due out then, they said it was going to be, beforehand they said it was going to be native 4K at 60 FPS, 60 frames per second. Now, I'm recording this game at the moment with my GTX 1070 8GB from EVGA, and I barely hit 60 frames per second with this card, and the GTX 1070 is going to be near enough the equivalent to the Xbox One X from Microsoft. Now, even some of the highest graphics cards cannot even reach 60 frames per second at 4K. So I don't know, I think it may be some sort of like magic tricks they're going to be using, like checkerboard rendering or some shit native. I don't know, probably they're going to have some of their settings turned down. Anyway, so this is my version of the Xbox One X. This has got an Intel processor of the 6700. This is the non-overclock version, the non-K version. So you can't overclock this one. And this is got 8 cores, but it's like 4 physical cores. So it's kind of like a hyper-threaded, pretty much. And this is 3.4 GHz. This is using the Asus Maximus. So I've paid a lot more than 500 quid for this whole system. I would say about 1500, and it can barely hit 4K at 60 frames per second. Now, if we look at the video settings, this is actually Metro Last Light. This is on the PC. My settings at the moment, I've got Advanced Physics off. If I put that on, then we're going to have a lot of stuttering, a lot of like frame drops on that. I'd probably only reach around about 20, below 20 frames per second. Now, I know the Xbox One X, they said, was going to be locked around, some games are going to be locked around 4K 60 frames per second, but there's going to probably be a few drops in it, I would imagine. And or they'll probably lock some of the games. I think they said that one of the games was going to be locked at 30 frames. It's going to be 4K but at 30 frames per second. And I'm thinking, well, it's certainly at 60 frames. So let's have a look at these settings I've got here. I've got 3840, 2160. If I put it on 4096, 2160, that is native 4K, I believe. I'm sure it is. But if you've got it on this one, this is just, it's still 4K, but it's not like, it's an 16:9 sort of resolution. So it's for standard TVs. I would guess 4096, 2160, that's sort of like cinema. So, because cinema screens are much wider because of the ratio on it, so that it's due to the ratio, the screen ratio. Anyway, the quality is on high. I wouldn't imagine them going maybe higher than that, say very high, or maybe medium. Maybe between medium and high, they'll probably have a mixed. But this is, they said a lot of the games which have already been out for the Xbox One, like Metro Redux versions, Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light, hopefully them to get like a sort of an upgrade and get a quality settings on it, because I believe they're 900p or something, maybe less, 720 on the Xbox One. I'm not too sure about the S though. I believe that might be around about 900. I wouldn't say it's 1080p, but if they can get that game to around about, I'd say 1800p. Some games are going to be probably mixed between 1080p, 60 frames per second, between 1800 checkerboard rendering. It depends which games are more on the intense side of it. Now tessellation, I've got that on normal. I presume when the Xbox One X comes out, it'll probably be off. I don't think they probably would. I'm just doing this on basics. Say if they brought these games and re-updated them, because only certain particular games are going to be updated. So this is just my sort of like my own version of the Xbox One and how I would put the settings. So it's not going to be guaranteed that the Xbox One X is going to get a full update on every single game, but maybe a certain particular amounts of games. Now texture filtering, I would put anisotropic filtering on ×4. You won't want to go 16 because the CPU and all that kind of stuff has to calculate all the numbers. And I don't think the Xbox One X with the 6 teraflops maybe might be able to pull it off. But assuming it's integrated GPU and CPU on the same chip, it's technically an APU, which is an accelerated processor unit. So I don't know, they might have some magic custom Jaguar X, which is a little more powerful than the Xbox One S and the standard ones, but I don't know, who knows. But I'm glad they're actually putting a liquid cooling system in it to cool down the temperatures really well. Hopefully as well the decibels on it are not too loud. Hopefully it is as quiet as the Xbox One S, but I wouldn't bet on it. Maybe it is, maybe, I don't know, but we don't know until the console comes out and is actually, we can see it for ourselves and whether it's any good. But let us know in the comments what you guys and girls think. Do you think it's going to be nice and quiet? Do you think it's going to be the console everybody wants? Do you think it's going to be powerful? Do you think it's going to be native 4K gaming 60 frames per second? Is this going to be the console for you? Are you going to buy it or are you not going to buy it? Let us know in the comments below. So what we're going to do, we're going to test this out with those settings. So 3840 by 2160, high quality, anti-aliasing off, because you don't need it with 3840 2160 4K resolution, because the pixels, every single pixel is squeezed out, so you can't, they're so small you really don't see the jagged edges. Well, at least to my knowledge, I don't think you do. But I'm not like a sort of a professional PC gamer. I always used to play fucking like consoles games, but I started getting into PC games and I haven't noticed really any pixelation on the pixels, especially when it comes to 4K resolution. I have on 1080p monitors, and that kind of really pisses you off when you see the little degrading stuff on it, where it's degrading the actual pixels. Makes it kind of like blurry, choppy I should say. So yeah, I'm going to keep it on these sections. So tessellation, normal. Motion blur, that means it's kind of swinging. Texture, anti-filtering, anisotropic filtering, and all that, that's all basically the fixtures of it. And I've got it on normal, so we'll try that as settings. Alright, we'll start a new game. I use this game as well because this is probably the first, this is the most advanced game. I can't wait for number 3 to come out actually, if Metro 3 comes out. It should be awesome.
Much later.
Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to skip the noise in the background. As you can see, the fire looks good.
Before the war,
I'm 48 frames at the
I
moment.
was on the train when it happened. I tried calling my family, but couldn't get through.
57, 50, 60 frames. Okay. Okay, so we're locked around about 60 frames, and I've locked it in with V-Sync as well, vertical sync.
Shit! What's going on here?
So it's dropped down to about 44 frames at the moment. .58 frames, 54, 53, 57, 55, 56. So they're fluctuating, to be honest, the frames on here. 49 at the moment. It dropped around 38 again just a minute ago, like when it went up and down, which was the highest.
Artyom, wake up, Artyom. It's me, come. Nightmares, eh?
Nightmares, no wonder after all you've been through.
Listen, I have incredible news.
Oh wow.
A couple of days ago, I was near the ruins of the Dark One's hive, and I saw one of them, still alive.
It does help with the lightning,
Immediately set off
makes it
fire, as
pretty
you were
cool.
the one they tried to contact before you launched the missile strike against them.
Khan, how the hell did you get here?
God, how the hell did you get here? Get to the
Yes,
chopper.
one moment. If a Dark One has survived, it is vital that you try to speak with it, Artyom.
Actually, if you've got a 4K screen,
You report to
you
me.
can actually watch this in 4K because I'm uploading. I'm using the
Khan, I told you to get
Shadow Play to record it,
out base. You shouldn't even be here. I'll take you to Colonel Miller.
and it looks just absolutely looks amazing.
Ready, Artyom. I'll be waiting at the exit.
Move it, you windbag.
Yeah, you get to the chopper. Do it, come on, do it.
During the last year of his life, he had to eat, drink, and breathe.
Oh God, it's 5:26 in the morning, and I'm recording this. I haven't been to bed yet. Alright,
We found this place,
oh wow.
but I still can't get used to it. Strange place, this B6.
Okay, so gotta follow the arrow.
Привет, Artyom. Artyom was one of the men who found B6. They gave him a ranger's badge on the spot.
And yeah, I don't think they're going to be using physics with the Xbox One X as well, because that's going to be quite demanding on the CPU. But then again, you never know.
Welcome to the armory.
A lot of the games nowadays look good with the physics on it, if it's done by Nvidia.
I need to get you equipped before we can go to the briefing.
Right, there we go.
So, first things first. You're going to need a gas mask.
Oh, a gas
Make
mask.
a step on the surface
There we go.
of the gas mask.
Then it's going to give me these like...
And the radiation still strong enough in some places to boil water. There are hot spots down here in the metro too.
Where is it?
Don't
The...
forget filters for the mask.
Ah,
Sure, it
filters,
looks
there we
cool
go.
enough even without these.
That's what they're called, filters.
Now medkits. Well, what can I say? Anything you need for survival in a stylish orange case. Here's your advance salary for this month. Remember, your pay is in military grade rounds.
Military grade rounds is your currency.
Damage, but saving them to buy attachments.
Doing all the little training. Okay, so at the moment I'm doing roughly 60 for... Oh, we've got...
Alright, now to the good stuff, huh?
Now for the good stuff. Yeah, come on. Give me my 9mm Uzi. Okay, so we need to choose...
Usually carry up to 3 weapons, Artyom.
Oh, 3 weapons.
It's completely up to you.
RPK, there we go. Kalash. The bastard. Oh.
Fully off the mud. You can see the round from the clip, but it overheats and its accuracy is shit. Alright, head over to my range and try out those guns.
Oh.
Try a different gun.
Oh wow.
Here, Joe, put on the show for me, huh? Try out.
Oh, what the hell? Shit.
Try shooting for the center of the system, dummy. Good job. Now shoot the armor, dummy. Notice the difference? It's going to take more bullets to penetrate the
Oh wow.
parts to go with your
This is absolutely mental.
The critical hit. Notice the difference? Those are the basics. You can keep practicing if you want, or head on up to Miller's Briefing.
Oh heck, let's do it. Yeah, come on, let's press this. Oh wow. Okay, right. Yeah, it's not too bad though. I mean, I don't know. I'm a bit like on the fence with this, whether to get the Xbox One X or just wait until the new 1100 series GTX cards come out.
What do you mean? The Reds are mobilizing. They recruited old men, schoolboys.
Here we go.
Sent them off to training camps.
So, you pay no attention to this clown, Alex.
So doing roughly 58 frames per second. This.
What are you talking about?
Alright.
Check with the guards at the lab.
What the hell did he do?
Come on, get out of the way.
Alright, let's go.
Yay, we're going. Alright.
The tombs of ancient kings were filled with whatever
Wow.
they need in the
Looks like a little bit of a dam.
Weapons, gold, chariots. They'd sacrifice their wives and slaves to serve their lords even in death.
So it looks around 60 at the moment, 60 frames.
Cut that shit
So
out.
it hasn't really dropped yet at the moment. So it's keeping it stable enough.
Things in D6 are like what the conqueror took with him beyond the grave. Gold, steel.
I think it's because there's not really much going on. So when there's a lot
Of course,
and it goes out of the map or out of the game,
ghosts.
outside, it should have more action. When more action heads, you got more stuff going on the screen, like explosions wise, then you've got a problem.
Nobody knows. Lesnitsky was at the lab. When the next shift came, the door was open and the lab ransacked. Lesnitsky was gone.
It's a shame you can't just lift the guy over and then just fucking throw him down there. That'd be awesome. And then you crack his skull open and then you throw him over the top as well.
The colonel's going to tear me a new one because of Lesnitsky.
Oh my god, look at his grey beard. And he's got knots in his beard. Oh my god.
Alright, let's go.
Ooh. See a little pixel on his face.
We might control D6, but it's like a damn city down here. All the bunkers, the nooks and crannies and exits. Still, a base
Oh, wow.
green will find.
And look at that 4K red light as well. That. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do like some live streams at some point of this game. I use Shadowplay most of the time anyway to do my live streams. Come on, open the goddamn door so I can rip his goddamn spines out.
The bombing of the Dark Ones may have been humanity's worst.
Come on, do it.
What if they
Get
meant
to
us
the
well,
shower.
But we're trying to communicate. Perhaps the severe pain and
There
loss
we
of
go.
consciousness
Oh,
suffered
wow.
in their presence. Just
Yeah, still locked in around about 60. It drops around about 59 sometimes.
but somehow you
But there's not really much going on at the moment. No action yet.
the
So it's,
connection with the Dark Ones. Yes, people died at exhibition. Your home station. Hunter, the best of the order, is most likely dead as well.
And he taught you this.
And when I uploaded the first bit of the first game of Metro Redux, Metro 2033, it was around about, I'd say 12, 13, 14 gigabytes. So for 4K at 50 gigabits a second for the ratio, the bit ratio, that's not too bad, I would say. But if you really want to do like live streaming or recording, actually recording, and if you're recording it and then you're putting it onto your computer, make sure you've got a big fat hard drive. So I might end up getting a 8 terabyte at some point hard drive. There it goes, dropped down to around 58 frames, 54 frames, 55. So every time I move like this.
Alright. Artyom, go with Khan to the gardens and locate the Dark One. I'll send a sniper along. My best. Anna.
I'm going to bring my best.
Why would we need a sniper?
To eliminate the creature and
Finish the order's job.
Miller, you can't! It's murder! Restrain him! You idiot! You're making the same mistake!
You idiot!
We're done here. Escort Khan out of here. Artyom! It's your last chance for forgiveness! For getting rid of the nightmares!
Nightmares? What nightmares?
Forget about Khan.
I'm going to crash these nightmares.
Too close to the creature and lost his mind. Look here, Artyom. Complete the mission and get back here quickly. A war is coming, and I'll need every ranger at his post. On your way.
So, what are you waiting for? Come along, Rabbit.
Right, anyway guys and girls, hope you enjoyed this episode or this gameplay sort of footage for Metro Redux version of Last Light. I probably will do an original test for the GTX 1070 8GB one from EVGA at some point for the original two, because they're more demanding, because the other ones weren't really optimized properly. But the Metro Redux versions are actually quite optimized. They're really stable and they're really good, and they're quite interesting actually to me. Actually, if I put actually, let's do a quick test. Let's put this, see if it allows me to go very high with 16. Okay, so I've put this on, and we'll put on 4 times anti-aliasing, see what we get. Okay, so at the moment I'm getting a really lot of lag, so it's kind of lagging like shit. 10 frames per second. So let's put that back.
Can have a clear shot.
And I'm still getting 10 frames. So if we put this back to anti-aliasing off, right, we should, yeah, we go, 48 frames.
Is that understood? We now suspect Lesnitsky was a sleeper agent, but we haven't verified who's
39, 38, 43 frames per second. So, I mean, so even if they did put this at the game at very high, you're still not getting exactly 60 frames per second. So I'm just wondering how the Xbox One X will actually compare with the GTX 1070. It might even be more powerful than the 1070, but I wouldn't hold your breath. Without them turn in some quality. Let's go for a medium set. Right, let's have a look. See what we get. Okay, for medium,
with the container, the entire metro's at risk.
you're actually
If you can't
getting...
take him alive, you damn well better bring me his head. Yes, sir. This
At the
is-
moment, I'm getting a solid 60 frames now. No drops. And that's me turning. Turning. And... done. Anyway, guys and girls, cheers all for watching. Catch you all later. And if you enjoyed the video, do like, favourite, share, subscribe. And cheers all for watching. And catch you all later.